I just wanted to tell a little story behind some of these tattoos. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, no matter what day or time you are seeing this video. I feel like I have done so much today already. It is 12:03 right now. I got up around 7 o'clock this morning and I had to go out. I had to take care of a couple things, but I'm back home now, and I decided in this one I wanted to tell y'all about a little bit of my tattoos. Now I probably won't get into like every single one of my tattoos because I have around like 63 to 66 tattoos. I lost count a while ago, probably somewhere around 50. But I at least want to tell y'all about my first tattoo, maybe some of the tattoos that I regret, my horror tattoos, my favorite tattoo, like stuff like that. So hopefully y'all enjoy this video, and if you have any tattoos, comment down below how many you have, because I really love tattoos. I got into tattoos when I was around 15 or 16 years old, and I remember even when I was 16, the day after Christmas, I wanted my Christmas present to be my first tattoo. So my dad took me to a tattoo shop, but they didn't let me do it because I was 16. But I thought at that time, if you had a parent and the parents said you could get one, then it was fine, but they still didn't let me, so I had to wait till I was 18 to get my first tattoo. But make sure y'all drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and if you are returning, I appreciate you for being here. But let's go ahead and get into some of my tattoos. All right, but just to go ahead and get into my very first tattoo, I got it when I was 18, like I said. I believe it was my 18th birthday when I went and got it. I had went back to the same tattoo shop that I went to when I was 16 that told me that I couldn't get my tattoo at that time, but it was just the best tattoo shop in town. That's why I went back. But my very first tattoo was like the most basic tattoo. I feel like it's a million other people's first tattoos also, but it is a tattoo that's right here on my arm, and it says blessed. And yeah, I remember the guy's name who did it. His name was Mitch. He no longer works there. I don't know where Mitch is. Even when I went back to get my second tattoo, Mitch was already gone. So that was like years ago. But yeah, I would say the pain level of this tattoo was probably like a 7.5 out of 10. And I feel like the initial needle touch is what kind of like got me. And I just had to settle down and get used to it. So about 5 to 10 minutes into the tattoo, I kind of settled down and tried to ignore it for the most part. But I feel like that's the case with most of the tattoos that I get these days anyway. It always kind of hits and hurts when you first start off, but until the tattoo you usually kind of get used to it. But I got my first and second tattoos in like the same areas. Like my second tattoo was here. The two birds represent two of my grandmas that passed away, Jane and Martha. They are both of my step parents' moms. So Jane is my step mom's mom and Martha is my stepdad's mom. And they both passed away when I was like fairly young. I was probably around 9 years old and 12 years old when they both passed away. So yeah, eventually I'll probably try to put their names, Jane and Martha, on my arm. And I was supposed to go back and get these colored at the time that I got them done, but I never went back. I probably just didn't have the money or something. I was 19, a broke college student. But yeah, I might see if my tattoo artist that does my tattoos now, if he would color it, because he don't mind working on other people's work. But yeah, those are my first two tattoos right there. But now to get into my horror tattoos, I got most of them on my arm right here. I got one over here. I got another one on my leg. I'll show y'all all of them. My friend Jasmine did most of my tattoos. Jasmine has done like 75% of my tattoos, and I'm pretty sure y'all like hear Jasmine's name in like other videos also because we always around each other. She with me all the time. She even spend a night over here sometimes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be introducing her to the channel or at least talking about her more. But anyway, I got this Jason tattoo. Jasmine did it like some years ago, probably like 3-4 years ago. And she also did this Michael Myers tattoo, which got to be touched up. I feel like my arm back here just didn't hold ink that well because she went over that like faded looking eye like 2 or 3 times. And for some reason my arm, it's like the ink just like fell out. But anyway, I got this jigsaw tattoo also. And I got another jigsaw tattoo right here on my arm. It's a way bigger one. I got Chucky right here. And Jasmine didn't do this one. I went to a tattoo shop to the guy who does most of my tattoos now. His name is Ben. But yeah, he did that one. And he also did this Pennywise on my leg. And I'm not sure if y'all can see that all the way because it's kind of dark. He does a lot of his work like very shaded. But yeah, it's like a big Pennywise. And this is probably my most painful tattoo that I've ever got in my entire life. Like it was 6 hours long, 5 to 6 hours long. And I had to sit in the chair on my stomach and it was just like hurting. So by like hour 4 to hour 5, I was like completely done. I suffered through that last hour and I didn't even let him completely finish it. Like he never got through coloring all the hair and putting like a little bit more detail in it. I was just like, bruh, I'm all good. I just take it the way that it is. But I will get into my hand tattoos real quick. And I wouldn't say that these are my most favorite tattoos, but they are a couple of my favorite tattoos. And I remember around the time I got them, I was so scared to ever get hand tattoos, by the way, because just the stigma around it, I always felt like if you got like hand tattoos or like face tattoos, that your job would just like fire you. So like one day I ended up going to my boss and I asked him, like, would you care if I got a hand tattoo? And he was like, nah, I don't care. So I promised like 2 to 3 days after he said he don't care, I got my first hand tattoo. And my first hand tattoo was actually this one. I got a female lion and it represents my dad's mom that passed away. She passed away September 2023. Her name was Rosetta Renee Pointer. And that's why I got Renee right here. Everybody call her Renee and not Rosetta. But yeah, I got a female lion because like she was like the head of the family. Always kept people together, brought people together. And she was also a Leo. Her birthday was August 19th. And on my right hand, I got this wolf because I really love wolves. Wolves are my favorite animal. So yeah, I definitely had to get a wolf tattooed on me. And I was gonna get another wolf tattooed on me actually. But yeah, my hand tattoos are definitely a couple of my favorite tattoos. And I will say real quick that the pain tolerance on the female lion, this one had really hurt. I went to a guy named Mike. He works at the same tattoo shop as Ben, but he got like a different tattoo machine than Ben. He has like more of like an older school tattoo machine, but this thing was hurting. It was probably like a 8.5 out of 10 pain. But my wolf surprisingly like did not hurt that much. Ben did this one and he got like a quiet tattoo machine, like handheld, no wire. And I would say that the pain tolerance on this one was like a 4 out of 10. But I also wanted to point out my tattoo that says persistent by the wolf. That's like one of the words that describes me most. I'm a very persistent person. When I got something on my mind, I tend to keep going until I make it happen. Unless I just end up not caring about it no more. But most of the time, if I really want to experience something, I'm going to keep going. I don't care if it takes a year, 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to keep going until I experience it. But now let's get into a couple of my tattoos that I regret getting. And I don't regret it to the point where like I'm mad at the person who did it or anything. It just wasn't well thought out. A lot of my tattoos aren't well thought out at all. I be seeing people with like nice looking arm sleeves. It's like it makes sense from top to bottom, and mine is not like that. A lot of my tattoos are kind of random, put together, try to see where I can fit it in, stuff like that. So if you don't have a lot of tattoos right now, you want a lot of tattoos, try to plan it out from the whole arm just so everything flows together and makes sense. Almost like telling a story if you want to do it that way. But I definitely didn't do it. But anyway, my first tattoo that I regret is on my right arm. And first look, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell what it really is. It's right here. And it's supposed to be like a half tiger, half wolf. And I didn't think about it. It looked very smudgy. So yeah, a lot of people at first glance probably wouldn't even be able to tell what it is. But yeah, so that's my first tattoo that I regret. And my second tattoo that I regret is getting King's name right here because it ended up being faded on this side. And I didn't point out Art the Clown in my horror segment. But yeah, I got Art the Clown right there. And this tattoo had looked like way cooler when I first got it. But after it healed, it still looked okay, but it just don't look as good as when I first got it. But yeah, I don't regret getting King's name. I'm gonna get it again somewhere else on me, but I just wish I would have did it different, or I wish it would have looked different. So that's why I'm covering it up. I just gotta cover more of it up on this side. But yeah, those are a couple tattoos that I regret. I don't think I really regret too many of my tattoos. Like a lot of my tattoos aren't perfect, but I'm okay with a lot of my tattoos not being perfect because it just is what it is. Another tattoo I regret is on my leg. It's like this abstract looking girl face. Like Jasmine had wanted to do it. A lot of times I really let Jasmine like practice on me, to be honest. But anyway, one night she had started doing this abstract face, probably like 3, 4 years ago, and she got sleepy, and we never finished it. And it's kind of my fault because she probably did want to come back to finish it, but I was probably just putting it off. But anyway, yeah, so I was in the process of like trying to cover this one too, but I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to. And this was another one that she got sleepy on too. And I really love Avatar. Avatar, The Last Airbender, like one of my favorite TV shows ever. So we was working on one right here, but I also got another Avatar tattoo like right here on my arm, if you can see it. Ben did it, so it's really shaded, but yeah, I love Avatar, The Last Airbender. All right, lastly, I'm gonna tell y'all about my most favorite tattoo. And my most favorite tattoo is another one of my tattoos that isn't completely finished, unfortunately. And it isn't my favorite because it's like the best looking tattoo or whatever. But it's a tattoo that I had wanted for a while at the time. And it's a tattoo where I got it in my stomach area where I was always like nervous to get a tattoo personally. Not even to sound soft, but it's a sensitive area. So I was always kind of like hesitant about getting a tattoo here, but I finally went through with it and I got the tattoo that I was wanting for a while. And I'm about to show y'all. All right, so my favorite tattoo is this owl right here, and it stretches across my ribs also. Pain tolerance on this tattoo was definitely a 10 out of 10. The Pennywise tattoo on my leg was a 12 out of 10 pain. But yeah, I love this owl tattoo. An owl to me represents mysteriousness, wisdom, and being a light in the darkness. And I love to think about myself being a light in other people's darkness. And I love the mysteriousness of the owls. They're like very majestic. And I just love owls, period. But yeah, it was a tattoo that I was wanting for the longest. And I finally went through with it and got it on my stomach. I don't know if I'm gonna ever let Jasmine finish it. She wanted to for the longest time. And she even still asks about it sometimes to this day, but I'm okay with having it unfinished for right now. But those are some of my tattoos. Of course, I didn't talk about like every single tattoo that I got because some of my tattoos are just like for looks and everything. They don't really have like a whole lot of deep meaning. I got like a lot of spiritual tattoos, you know what I'm saying? Yin Yang symbol. I got some on my arm over here. And I also love these leaves around my neck and everything. But yeah, I didn't want to make a whole 30-40 minute video just talking about every single tattoo that I got. But like I said, if you got tattoos, comment down below how many you have. And I do got some more stuff to do today, so I'm about to put my shirt back on or whatever and go out and handle the last little things that I need to handle. And then eventually I'm going to just end up relaxing for a little while and recording some more content because I got another idea of a video that I want to record for this channel. So I'll probably work on that later on tonight. But if you are here and you did pull up, I really appreciate you. And I might do an outfit check before we wrap this video up. All right, hopefully y'all can see me pretty good right here. I don't really like this space. I do have a tall tripod coming in the mail today. It's supposed to be here later. So maybe when that comes, I'll be able to start doing this to other rooms instead of having to put my tripod on the kitchen table. But anyway, this is the fit I had on today. I just had to throw it on, go out the house, and I finally have shoes on instead of Octavius Marks. But anyway, on the hat, we have this Velocity World hat. And I actually have two of this specific hat with all the colors on it. And I got a couple other Velocity World hats and everything. I actually don't know what brand shirt this is. The tag says like genuine, but I'm pretty sure it's not like the brand name. But it's a thinner shirt. I'm pretty sure I only paid like $20-$30 for it. But I don't like how it's so thin, but I do like the design of the shirt though. And I also done had it for a while and I washed it a few times and it still is pretty good. So I like any shirt that still sits and fits fine after I wash it. On the shorts, I actually don't know this brand either, but I believe I paid about $40-$50 for these shorts. I do like them. I feel like after I wear them for a while, they start to like kind of feel like stretched out in this area. That's what I kind of don't like about it, but I do like the colors. I done had these shorts for like probably over a year and I done washed them plenty of times. That's why they're kind of starting to chip a little bit here. But they're a decent pair of shorts. I feel like a lot of my shorts that I'm starting to buy don't have these yellow strings. But yeah, those are the shorts. I wish I could tell you exactly where I got them from, but cool pair of shorts. And going down below, we go Engineered by Dre on the socks again. I only want to work with friends. These black Engineered by Dre socks are pretty much like a daily sock for me. I have a lot of them. I got a lot of the black, and I have white with black words, and I also have white with red words. But yeah, really cool sock. And on the shoes, we have these Adidas and Spider collabs. I'll take them off to show the camera a little bit closer. But I really love these shoes. They are, I don't even know who Spider is, to be honest, but Adidas collab with them. And they originally come with like gray shoestrings, but they also come with these black, they come with pink, they come with green and purple also. But yeah, really cool, comfortable pair of shoes. One of my favorite. I think I paid around $190 for them. But that is the video. I just wanted to show a little bit of my tattoos. I really do appreciate you if you did pull up to this video. I have a lot more content in store. I'm really just getting warmed up, to be honest. But if you are here supporting me and following along on my journey, I like really appreciate you, and I can't say it enough. But drop a like on this video before you get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and just stay tuned for some more videos. I'll catch y'all in the next one.